Pity sex, and foreplay to foreplay. How exciting. At least it's a break from Afghanistan. Welcome back to the Mental Nine Line. I'm Lauren Rich, helping veterans get unfucked every single day. Have you ever felt like a girlfriend or a woman or a wife that you are with is simply having sex with you out of pity? Well, I think a number of you probably haven't, and whether you would articulate it or not, a veteran came in and articulated this exact concern a couple of weeks ago. Actually, the statement was, and I wrote it down, specifically because he said, and I quote, "My wife and I were kissing and I just wasn't into it. I wasn't into it because she wasn't into it, and I could tell it was just going to be pity sex." Know that, again, there's been a strain on this marriage for a long time, but that there is zero intimacy going on whatsoever. Many of you do not seem to understand that there is a difference between intimacy and sex. Sex is intimacy, but intimacy is not necessarily sex. And what that means, again, is that it's foreplay to foreplay. So, in other words, think about the actual amount of intimacy that goes on between you and your partner, or you and your girlfriend or spouse, whatever, on a regular day-to-day basis. How much physical contact is there? How much actual physical touching is there, whether it's cuddling, hugging, kissing, those types of things. Hand-holding, for example. Those things are signs of intimacy that are not necessarily sex related. So when you think about that and you focus on those strained relationships, it's no wonder why you feel like it would be pity sex if the intimacy level is just almost non-existent. Maybe the question is, how do we increase our tolerance of intimacy? Because some of you, and this guy included, has a really hard time tolerating physical touch, has a hard time tolerating hugs for longer than 3 seconds, doesn't do a whole lot of hand-holding, those types of things. So I really want you to think about, what is the issue with intimacy? Why am I feeling so uncomfortable, i.e. about to crawl out of my skin, when my spouse wants to hold hands or wants to hug or wants to cuddle, those types of things. If this is something that you have struggled with for a long time, you probably need to be talking to a provider about it, because a lot of times our nervous system has a hard time relaxing, and it has a hard time relaxing and being vulnerable at the same time, which is definitely the area of intimacy. So thinking about how you tolerate or don't tolerate physical touch, how much intimacy you actually have with your partner, and what that looks like on a regular day-to-day basis. Because the very bottom line is that if you don't run the bases of intimacy and foreplay, you will not be able to slide into home plate. So if that's ultimately our goal, then we need to get through first, second, and third base in a timely and efficient manner that doesn't take us forever. So let me know in the comments below if this has ever happened to you. Not just the pity sex part, but the inability to tolerate the vulnerability or the closeness with another human being. Let me know how that has impacted you. In summation for today, intimacy is not sex, sex is not intimacy, and you really need to think about, is this an engagement issue? And if so, is it an engagement issue on your part because of the inability to tolerate the intimacy or the vulnerable state that is required for a romantic, marital, or long-term relationship? When you think about those things, you will get a lot farther in life. So until next time, you'll take care. If you found this video intellectually stimulating, then give it a like button or hit the subscribe button below.